Good evening and welcome to Charleston, South Carolina for tonight's USL match where the Charleston Battery welcomes the newly rebranded Harrisburg City Islanders, tonight's visiting team Penn FC, here to MUSC Health Stadium. My name's Poppy Miller. I'll be your host for tonight's game. Alongside me, College of Charleston women's head soccer coach Christian Michner. Christian, big game tonight for Penn FC. This is their very first game of the USL regular season and a player that could play a huge role in tonight's matchup. It's captain Thiago Calvano.
Yeah, Poppy, Thiago's got a lot of experience. He's a player that's played all around the world, including his native Brazil. He played in the Bundesliga in Germany as well as Sydney FC. He's a guy that's got to have a calming presence tonight. For a young, inexperienced team to come out in their first match, he's got to calm them down and be a big presence.
He is one of the only 4 returners from last year's roster. For the home side, though, a standout player for them could be goalkeeper Additional Cooper.
Coop has been a mainstay in goal for the Battery for years. He's made over 100 appearances. A guy can make phenomenal saves and did so last week. He was nominated for Save of the Week last week. And we know that for the Charleston Battery to be successful, Coop has got to have a great game. So they'll lean on his leadership to get that done tonight.
He really is a crucial link to the home side. We're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we'll have a look at tonight's starting lineups presented by Banner and kick off from MUSC Health Stadium. It's the Charleston Battery taking on Penn FC up next. Welcome back to MUSC Health Stadium for tonight's match. It's the Charleston Battery taking on Penn FC here in Charleston, South Carolina. Poppy Miller here, joined by College of Charleston women's head soccer coach Christian Michner. And while we have a second, let's take a quick look at tonight's starting lineups presented by Banner. For Penn FC, Paiser gets the starting goal. Calvano there will anchor the 3-man backline, and keep your eye on Dan Metzger. Played for Red Bulls and Red Bulls 2 last year. We know he can be very dangerous in the attack. For the home side, veteran Additional Cooper gets the nod in goal. We mentioned him in the pre-game. He enters his 6th season with the Battery. Jay Bolt makes his way into the back line as Quinton Griffith and Neville Hackshaw are away on international duty. And paired up top there, as you can see, are Legar and Ian Svansterson. The man in the middle for tonight's game is Marcus Oliveira, assisted by Dallas Rosier and James Boswell, as today's 4th official is Wayne Pavlicek. The Battery tonight will wear white jerseys, black shorts and black socks, going from right to left, and the visitors in the blue and white tops. blue and white shorts and white socks will go left to right. Christian, big game tonight for Penn FC. This is the first game of the season. The Battery, of course, coming in off a loss. Both teams will be hungry for the 3 points tonight.
Absolutely, Poppy. Penn FC is going to have to find their feet early in this match. They're going to have a little bit of nerves coming into the season. They're going to want to settle in. For the Battery, it's about taking care of their opportunities. They created a lot of opportunities last week in the opening match. If they can finish some of those opportunities, they'll be on fire tonight, and they'll look for those 3 points.
Absolutely. It's going to be a massive matchup. You can see both teams there getting ready for kickoff. And it'll be Marcus Oliveira to get us underway here tonight. And a nice treat for Penn FC coming into MUSC Hill Stadium, a bit of a weather change for them.
Absolutely. They've certainly got a lot of snow over the last couple of days. They've been playing, as you know, on turf, and so playing on a grass field here for the first time in the regular season. We'll see how they settle under their feet.
Absolutely, and like you mentioned, this is their first time on a grass surface this season. Jared Van Schaik there shielding the ball, and we are underway here at MUSC Hill Stadium. Penn FC with the possession. You can see there Nico Rittmeyer just going into the challenge, and that ball is going to run out for a Penn FC corner.
See some early nerves there from the Battery in the back line. Give away an early corner kick. They'll have to be organized to get this ball out.
Absolutely, and there's Metzger. Dan Metzger will take it. He just assisted Emko Sorna in the last preseason game for them, so keep your eye out on him in the box. No problem there for a Disnall Cooper though, and that will give both teams chance to get their shape back. Cooper goes short to Van Schaik. Thomas at the back. Looks across to Anunga. Finds Jay Bolt out wide. It's a poor ball back to Taylor Mueller, but no worries for the captain there, as Bolt regains the possession.
And Poppy, in these early moments, the players are all going to want to get a first touch to kind of settle their nerves, get into the flow of the game. So it's important that the Battery keep the ball, get everybody involved, set their tempo from there.
Absolutely, and especially for Penn FC, really adjusting to this surface that they haven't seen a lot of in preseason just because of weather conditions. Mueller now looks forward to Anunga. Long ball forward. Gordon Wild will not give chase to that one, and that will give chance to Tribbett to bring the ball in. It's going to be Franco with the throw. Metzger in the middle. Jay Bolt now looking to bring the ball forward. Just missed that pass there to Gordon Wild out on this left-hand side. Van Schaik heads away.
And with Penn FC playing 3 at the back, you can see the Battery already are trying to take advantage of the spaces in behind that back 3. So we'll see how Penn FC can kind of deal with that over the 90 minutes.
It's a long ball forward. No real danger there, though. That'll give a Disnall Cooper chance to play that ball out the back. Jay Bolt now on the far side. You can see the Battery there just trying to get composure.
Yeah, and Penn FC is not willing to bend out of their shape. They're okay with the Battery having possession in their own end. And as the ball gets closer to the halfway line, you'll see them step up their pressure.
You can see that Emka Sorna just putting pressure on the Battery back line. Riviera putting pressure on Taylor Mueller. Taylor Mueller looks forward. Rittmeyer now. Guerra in the middle of the park, plays out wide to Bolt. Looks back to Rittmeyer. Dispossessed there on the far side. Riviera with the ball. Legar in the middle. The battery just desperate to keep the possession. Mueller goes long, looking for Wild. And forces Tribbett to clear it. And that will bring up a Charleston battery throw from Jared Van Schaik.
And Wild did a good job to pressure that ball, forcing a decision from the back. Battery ends up with it in a good position here.
Metzger with the press. Push to Thomas at the back. Legar looks to head on, but it pops out wide to Gordon Wild. Jared Van Schaik from the outside. And that was a nasty collision. And will bring up a free kick for Penn FC. And Peiser will get us underway.
You can see that ball gets played through there. Van Schaik pressuring. Might have done better just to let that ball run out of play. It looked like they were going to clear that out for a corner kick. In the end, Penn FC gets bailed out. Free kick going the other way.
Long ball forward, looking for Rivera. Thomas heads away. Metzger now looking for the 1-2, but that is a handball. And we'll bring up a free kick for the Charleston battery. Looks back, it's Mueller. Goes long to Legar up top. Vincenzo Candela there, just struggling to keep the possession. He looks like he took a knock on the ankle, but this gives Penn FC the possession. Metzger in the middle. Long ball out. It's a dangerous ball into the middle of the box. You can see Rivera there just trying to get possession of it, but Gordon Wild will try and bring the battery out of danger.
Little sloppy touch there from Wild. It would have been better. Probably just keeping the ball, hold on to it, see if you can get your shape back. Now they're defending again.
Resend. Franco now near on this near side. Tribbett looks back to Calvano. The pressure from Svansterson is there. J-Bolt with the press. Nico Rittmeyer steps in. And now this is Penn FC with the possession in the attacking half. Rittmeyer now. Can this be a counter-attack for the battery? He's got Svansterson, but the ball comes out to Wild. The counter-attack is on. Wild with the loose ball in. No real issues there for Peiser. And he is going to play that ball out quickly to Hawkins on the far side.
You can already see Penn FC's 5-man midfield could give the batteries 4-player midfield fits, stretching them out wide. We're going to see how the battery defenders can deal with that.
Absolutely, and this is going to bring up a free kick for the home side.
And you can see here, a good hard 50-50 challenge, but he just nicks his ankle in the end. The battery will get this free kick about 5 yards into the half.
And this will bring up Taylor Mueller with the free kick. He's looking for Gordon Wild. You can see that just a little tussle. That is going to be a throw-in for the visitors. Franco goes short. That's not a good ball out of the back. A good press from the battery. And that'll bring up Jared Van Schaik. For Penn FC tonight, they've got 10 new starters on the field, only one returner. We'll see if that plays a role in tonight's story.
You can already see a little bit of a disconnect there. They'll need to settle in. Again, it's early moments in the match. They're only 9 minutes into their season, Penn FC. They're going to want to hold on to the ball a little bit more. They'll defend for the 80 minutes we've got left.
And that'll bring up Franco with the throw. Looks to Rivera. And that is going to be a Charleston battery throw, and difficult to see there. Jared Van Schaik looks to Legar. Candela now. Dispossessed. Rivera. He's on his own. He's just managed to find Kosona up there. Taking on Skylar Thomas. Candela manages to get a foot in there, and again another throw in for the visitors. Metzger looking for the 1-2. And that will give Tar Brown and Nunga a chance to settle things down. Gordon Wild on this near side. Guerra now looks back to Van Schaik.
Thomas. It's a smart ball from Guerra there as he steps back into the midfield to sort of keep possession for the battery. But again, you can see the battery looking to see if they can't get in behind that back three.
That was almost a chance there for the home side. You keep your eye on Ian Svansterson up front tonight. He is a target player, and they'll look to play him in the air or for him to hold the ball up at feet to give his teammates a chance to get into the attack.
Yeah, and it's a nice ball over the top for Ian. He runs onto it. Just a foul in the end. The battery will have to reorganize and win the ball back.
Calvano got us back underway there. Metzger in the middle. Out wide, J Bolt with the press. J Bolt does a nice job there of just shielding it out.
Yeah, Poppy, that's well done from the young man. Bolt's done very well, 1v1 there. He's earned his side a goal kick. Excellent defending.
And he, of course, makes his way into the lineup tonight as Neviel Hackshaw and Quinton Griffith will be out on international duty this weekend. So Mike Anhauser's had a big job filling those roles after a positive start in last week's game, even though they didn't get the result they wanted.
Absolutely. Those are two quality players for the Charleston Battery, and they've got big shoes to fill here. Already the early going is that they're doing a pretty good job of it.
Hawkins finds Pizer at the back. Pizer pumps away. Metzger challenges with Thomas.
Thomas is going to win most of those battles. It's a big center back, good in the air. It'll be difficult for Penn FC to win some of those challenges.
And that's going to bring up a fast free kick taken by Penn FC. Just trying to get numbers forward into the attack. Hawkins looks across to Tribbett. Pumps forward to Franco. Metzger in the middle. Penn FC with the possession here. That's going to be a long ball forward to Galvo.
Calmly back to Coop there from Jay Bolt. Smart defending. He's in the right spot. He's done very well there, the young man.
You can see Kosona just putting Skylar Thomas under some pressure there. And this could bring up a chance for the visitors. Metzger with the 1-2. Looks across it into the box. And they're lucky Kosona trying to get the shot away, but no problem there for a Disnall Cooper. And Disnall Cooper, like we mentioned in the pregame, comes in off a fantastic performance last week. While we have a second, let me remind you that you can hear exclusive stories directly from the USL's players in USLsoccer.com's From the Pitch with written and video content that provides an unfiltered access and first-person look into the professional game and players' everyday lives. Atula Guerra dropping back into the midfield. Tar Brown and Nunga bringing the ball forward. But again, the referee stops play there, and that is going to be a free kick for the visitors.
And we'll have to look at the replay, Poppy. I don't know what he signaled that. It looked like a good challenge there from Ta Nunga.
I think we'll get a look at that replay here.
Just maybe a tug there from Atula. Not a lot in that one there, Poppy.
And
nonetheless, the Battery will have to defend this set piece.
And that they will. They brought everybody back behind the dead ball. And I think we can expect to see Metzger line up over this one. He's got fantastic service into the box. Comes from New York Red Bulls too, and made a couple of appearances with Red Bulls first team last season. Very, very dangerous player in the attack.
He's certainly a player that can be an engine for Penn FC. The Battery will have to keep him under close wraps all night. Can't let him get away. As you can see already, even in the early going, he's had a chance to get on the ball and create some things.
You can see there Disnell Cooper just arranging his back line.
In these moments, all the players are jockeying for position. 1 inch here or there could mean the difference in a goal or a clearance. They'll fight for every inch.
Oliveira keeping his eye on them. And they're going to go to the back post, but just overcooked that one. You could see where they were looking. And that will bring up a goal kick for the home side. I managed to catch up with head coach Raul Voss before the game, who told me that this really is the first test for them. They've had a couple of pre-season games that they've done well in, but there's nothing like playing your first game, especially on this surface.
Coach Voss will want his team settled in, try and weather the storm for the first 20 to 25 minutes, which it seems as they've done over the first 16 minutes. His team can sort of grow by the moment out there.
And you can see their confidence. They're throwing numbers into the attack. See a Legar there dropping in. Calvano out to Tribbett. Plays wide to Franco. Wild just loses possession there. Franco with the ball, looks for Lucky. And that is safety first from Candela. And this is going to bring up a corner. It's Calvin Renzend. It'll be an in-swinger from this near side. A dangerous ball in. Jay Bolt heads away. Anunga, safety first. And that was almost a chance for a counter-attack.
Great serve into the box. Well done from Jay Bolt. It looked like Coop might have had it covered. Always have to make sure in those situations that you get the ball away.
Franco gets us back underway. Metzger. Mueller now manages to get the possession. He's looking to bring the team forward. You can see him there, not wanting to go back, but not a lot of options on for him. But they'll keep the possession. Bolt. Candela looks back to Thomas. Out wide to Van Schaik. Pumps forward to Anunga. It's Wild on this near side. He's looking to thread that ball through, but that one didn't manage to find the feet and played all the way back to Skylar Thomas. Thomas now pumps forward, looking for Sponsorson. Can't hold it up. And that's just a difficult one there from Sponsorson, just coming into the back of him.
Yeah, a bit of a clumsy foul there from Sponsorson, as you see here. You always like your center forward to get after it and to try and put a little bit of pressure.
Estoquio wins the challenge there. Penn FC have the possession in the attacking half. And again, it's been a bit stop-start in this early going.
It has, Poppy. The referee has certainly blown his whistle quite a bit. At this level, you know the players want the game to play on. You appreciate the referee looking out for the safety of the players, but it can be a little herky-jerky out there, and it has been.
Galvao there just winning the free kick, and this is in a bit of a dangerous position for the home side.
See if they can deliver a better ball than last time. It is a dangerous area, and away teams will always want to take advantage of their set pieces.
It's Galvao over the dead ball. Keep your eye on the top of the box. There looks to be a bit of pushing and shoving in there. It's Mueller heads away. Calvano now. Outnumbered net near the corner flag. Franco gets us underway. It's Tribbett. Back to Franco. Looking for Metzger. And Nunga does well there just to shield the ball out of play. And that'll be a free goal kick, for the home side.
I tell you what, though, Poppy, Penn FC is growing in confidence here. They're spraying the ball around and able to keep possession of it. Battery have done well to defend in those areas. They're going to want to get on the ball a little bit more.
You can see there, Oliveira just having a word with the Legar. Looks to be coming off. Maybe for a slight injury. Hearing that he's just got a minor cut. He's going to have taped up. For the home side, though, coming in off a loss, but really had a fantastic performance. They outshot Cincinnati 24-9, but the end result just didn't show it for them. But they've got to have confidence coming into this game.
You're absolutely right, Poppy. They played very well a week ago, created a lot of chances. We haven't seen that so far from the Battery this evening, but if they can refine that form, bury the ball into the back of the net, it's all there for them.
Lucky M. Casona there just dropping back into the midfield, being forced back. Rivera. Franco now on this near side. Beats Wild. Some sliding challenges going in here. Metzger. Chips to Franco. Back to Metzger. That's a dink into the box. And Nico Rittmeyer will just manage to pick that up on the edge as he brings it forward. Not a lot on from there. Manages to find Svanson. Back to Rittmeyer. You can see there Hawkins taking no chances. Safety first from him. And that just took a deflection, so will be a throw-in for the visitors.
But it's better from the Battery. Rittmeyer running with the ball down the line. We've got to step up the pace of our game attacking-wise. And it was good to see Rittmeyer run out of the back with the ball. Battery midfielders are going to have to follow that up with good support.
Legar gets the ball in the box. Ian Svanson did well there in the battle with Calvano. And Legar there just coming out of nowhere with the follow-up. Hopefully we'll get to have a look at that replay in a minute. For now, it's Anunga shielding the ball back to Thomas. Goes home to Cooper. Cooper taking his time there, playing it out the box. But the pressure is on from Penn. Pump forward to Gordon Wild. Dispossessed there, and Van Schaik will pick it up in the middle of the park. Out wide. Bolt brings it forward. And it's a long ball forward, looking for Svanson, but no problems there for Pizer.
It's a hopeful ball there from Bolt.
And he just looks back. The captain, Calvano. It's been a good composed presence at the back there for Penn FC. It's a long ball forward. Bolt heads away. Rivera there just losing possession. Anunga pumping forward. That's Rivera again. Can he find M. Casona? It's a long ball out. No worries there for the battery, just slightly mistimed.
Again, as we slide back to see this chance here, Ian Svanstesen flying in on that, but here comes the Legar, just can't quite get a hold of it. And Penn FC escapes the danger there. Good chance from the Charleston battery. They'll need more of that going forward.
Well, it looks like Rittmeyer just took a nasty knock. And that will bring on Bobby Weisenberger from MUSC Health to have a look at him. But while I have a second, have you got what it takes to beat the experts on USLsoccer.com? Show off your knowledge of the league by picking the right results of USL's matchup each week of the season. And the USL's official Twitter feed will keep you up to date with the latest news, live game updates and highlights from around the league 24/7. Follow @USL on Twitter. And it looks like we're going to see a substitution then. Rittmeyer's just took a nasty knock. I'm hearing Victor Mansoret is going to make way for Rittmeyer. Mansoret, a new signee for the Charleston Battery this season, but he's come in and done a fantastic job in pre-season, really energizes the midfield. So we can expect to see him be a bit of a playmaker out there tonight.
Yeah, we expect big things. Battery will expect big things from Mansoret. Obviously, you feel terrible for Nico Rittmeyer here as he limps off the field. You hope that it's nothing too serious, that he'll be back on the pitch before long. You look lively out there at times. Victor will have to step into those shoes and hope to elevate the team.
The exchange of hands there from those two, and that will see Mansoret on the field, and a Disnell Cooper will get us back underway. We're just struggling to see any fluidity here in the first half. It's a long ball forward from Cooper. Svanstesen heads on. And it's Anunga looking to bring the ball forward. Can't find the pass. Svanstesen dropping back deep to regain the possession. Tribbett now. Looks out wide to Franco. Metzger. And Jared Van Schaik did well to read that there. Just prevented the 1-2 with Franco.
Great interception. Big, strong left back. Look to make an impact on tonight's match.
And that is going to be a free kick from the home side. Vincenzo just brought down there, and that will be Jared Van Schaik over the dead ball. And Candela makes his way into the midfield with the departure of Neviel Hackshaw, and Tarbrine, Anunga and Candela look to be linking up quite well in this early going.
They do. They move off each other pretty well, and it's difficult for two center mids playing in a five-man midfield. Against a five-man midfield, they'll have to really work on their spacing, play off each other. You can see in the early going, the Battery have had a little difficult time matching up with Penn FC's wide players as they stretch them wide and high.
Kasona there with the press. Van Schaik will bring the home side out of their own half. And that is just a poor ball out. Couldn't find the feet of Wild. The idea was there, but you expect better from veteran Van Schaik.
Absolutely. He's got to do better with that. I tell you what, though, I really like him coming out of the back with the ball, running at pace at the Penn FC line. He's got to connect that pass and get Gordon Wild going at their back line.
And that is going to bring up another free kick for the visitors. It's Tribbett over the dead ball. Looks across to Hawkins. Goes forward to Galvao. Back to Calvano. Goes home to Paiser. And that is going to be a long ball forward. No worries there for Skylar Thomas, who heads away. Candela in the middle. Metzger now picks up the possession. It's Kasona, leaves it for Metzger, and this is a chance for the visitors. Goes out wide to Galvo. And a Disnell Cooper does well there to just get back across his goal.
He's done well, and he's in an early ball out here to Gordon Wild.
Wild now with the press.
This is better from the battery.
Bolt in acres of space, bringing the ball into the attack. Looks forward to Sonserson. Calvano just lost his footing there. That was a dangerous chance for the home side. Metzger. Looks out wide to Franco. M. Casona now bringing the visitors forward. It's a long ball forward, trying to find Rivera, but just mistimed that one.
And it's a different lineup that the battery will play against. Not a lot of teams play in a 3-5-2 shape, and so playing against 3 center backs changes things slightly. How do you pressure their wide players?
You can just see the visitors there just outnumbering the battery in the midfield and the transition into the attack.
And that's something the battery's going to have to take advantage of. They're going to have to deal with that 5-person midfield. How can they play past it and not into it? See if they can exploit those spaces in behind that back 3 for Penn FC.
Now here's one of the back 3. It's Hawkins that is going to get us back underway again here. That's a long ball forward. Mueller has time to bring it down. Very composed there, but pumps forward looking for Sponsorson. Nothing on up top. And Anunga just manages to get the possession in the midfield. Wild now making a looping run on the outside. Looks back in the middle. Can't find the feet of Guerra. Metzger now picks it up. And again, just a loose pass out the back there from Kenny Tribbett.
It's just been that final pass from the battery tonight, Poppy, that's just been off. It hasn't been sharp enough. They're getting into the right spaces. They have to do better in these areas.
You're absolutely right. And we just got a shot of Charleston Battery head coach Mike Anhauser there. And this is a dangerous chance for the visitors. M. Casona now. The press is there from Skylar Thomas, brings it into the box. Thomas does well there just to keep his composure, and safety first from him.
That's excellent defending there from the big man. Lucky Casana's been lively. He's been real active in the early parts of this match. For Skylar Thomas, stand him up there and win that ball. It's well done.
And Casona comes into this game with a lot of confidence. He got a first half hat trick in their last preseason friendly against the Philadelphia Fury, and that has to give you a lot of confidence heading into the first game of the USL season.
Absolutely, Poppy, and that's what forwards are all about. You're in form or you're out of form, and right now he seems to be a man in form. So if Penn FC can get him the ball in the right spots, they could be in for a good night.
Mansoray now, looking for the ball to Wild, dispossessed and picked up by Tribbett. Manages to regain possession there in the middle. Wild cuts across field. He's got Jay Bolt in acres of space there on that far side, but that is not where he wants it. Just forcing the battery to drop back a bit there. A long ball back over to Thomas. The home side switching the park. I think you can see they're trying to exploit the 3-man back, just really playing it from flank to flank.
Absolutely. They'll want to change the point of the attack as much as they can, try and pull Penn FC's defenders out of shape. But, Poppy, it's got to be a little bit quicker. They're lulled into this calmness in their own defensive end, and Penn FC is able to shift their shape behind the ball fairly easily.
Heads away by Hawkins. Mansoray picks it up. It's Jay Bolt now on the far side, and that will be a throw-in for the home side. Just a bit slow to get going. Both teams haven't really picked up a good consistency. Hawkins looks clear. Anunga putting the ball back in the mix, and that's going to be a long ball forward, chased down by Taylor Mueller. Looks back across to Thomas. There's time at the back. And Anunga is going to pump forward, looking for Gordon Wild. And that is going to be a throw-in for Jared Van Schaik.
And it's not a bad idea there from Anunga to try and play that diagonal ball in behind. Battery just have to get more players forward into the attack. Someone's got to support the big man here, Svanstesen up front.
Franco now just trying to clear it. He took a nasty touch there from Svanstesen. I think he just caught him as the ball was played out, and that will be a yellow card for the striker.
Again, a clumsy challenge there from Svanstesen. The referee's counting him down and telling him, I've seen you do it there, there, and there. It's a booking for the big guy. But I tell you, Poppy, I'm not too disappointed that my center forward's getting into some challenges up there. It's all right. You kind of want your center forward to give you a little bit of defensive presence up there. Now he's on a yellow card, so we'll have to watch it.
Absolutely. You can see Legar dropping back into the midfield as well to help out. This is Taylor Mueller, so composed on the ball, heads back to Additional Cooper. And he's going to take his time, give the team chance to regain the shape. Looks like he's going to be going for a long ball up top, trying to hit the target man Svanstesen up front at 6'6". Very difficult to defend.
There's not a lot of players in the league that can deal with Ian Svanstesen's size. If the serve is there and the ball's in the right spot, he should get to it most times.
Guerra now just loses the possession. That was good pressure there from Franco.
And Poppy, you could see the frustration on the faces of some of the Charleston Battery players. They're having a hard time keeping the ball, trying to figure out how to beat this low block that Penn FC is playing.
And Penn FC just doing well to put the pressure on the home side, forcing the errors. Anunga now looks back to Mueller. Mueller in time and space. He's going to pump another ball forward, this time to Gordon Wild. He's onside, just taken down there. The referee says play on. And that is going to be a throw-in for the visitors.
Appeals for a penalty there, Poppy. I do think it was pretty soft. We see a replay here. He does have his hands wrapped around him. Wild goes down pretty easily. Not going to get that call tonight.
Looked like he just slightly lost his footing there on this slick surface. Franco now is going to get us back underway. He comes from the NASL side. Indy 11 made over 90 appearances for them throughout his time. Brings a lot of experience to the side. 26 years old. He's played in several different leagues. M. Kasona there under the ball. That is going to be a throw-in for the home side. Jared Van Schaik looks short with Anunga. Skylar Thomas now. You can see Mike Anhauser there just wanting the Battery to go forward.
Yeah, and I think he was also a little frustrated that they allowed Estaquio to come back into the match in that moment. Kind of put the Battery in a tough position trying to keep the ball when you got a man stepping on the field from 2 yards away.
Didn't really have many options on there. It's going to be a long ball forward to M. Kasona. Anunga picks it up in the middle of the park. He's done well tonight, just sitting in front of that back line and really anchoring the middle. Guerra maintains the possession. It's Anunga again. Tries to find Bolt on the far side. Svanstesen regains the possession. Now Mansoret. Cutting across the field. Looks for Legar. He's looking for the 1-2. The idea was there. But just that final pass again, just disconnected. And Mueller comes through with the strong challenge. Resend now. The pressure is there from the Battery, but that took a deflection from Victor Mansoret.
As we take a look at the replay here, they're having a hard time connecting there at the top of the box. They bail him out with a foul in the end. Once again, it's Penn FC with the possession.
Calvano looks forward to the middle of the park. It's come out wide to Franco. Jared Van Schaik does well to get a touch on it, and the referee says play on there. Anunga will bring us forward, is looking for Mansoret. No worries there for Hawkins.
Not a great ball there out to Mansoret, but he did well to get in position. Charleston Battery wingers have to get a little bit higher earlier, try and exploit those spaces in between, behind that back three. Just haven't done that a lot in the early going.
Van Schaik now. Safety first from him. Can't find Gordon Wild. That just went out of bounds. That will bring up a throw in for the home side. The referee holds the play. There's 2 balls on the field. Not many options on for him there. He's going to go long and look for Svansterson. Svansterson holds up the ball nicely. It's a Legar at the top of the box. Looks forward to Vincenzo. And that is offside. Half a chance there for the home side, though.
Yeah, no doubt. It's not bad from the Charleston battery there at the top of the box. Vincenzo just a shade offside. We go take a look at the replay. Sort of got onto it late there. Just a touch behind the players as that ball's played in. But better from the battery.
You can see just under your screens, out of shot, both coaches there giving their teams a bit of a talk to. Skylar Thomas heads away. Anunga looking for Svansterson. Candela now, that was an awkward one. Tries to win it back. Taylor Mueller has committed and tracks back to the back line. Does well to get back in front of the ball. Mansoray now. Looks for Anunga. The pressure is on from the visitors. Jay Bolt has managed to find space out wide. Resend does well there just to drop in and help Hawkins.
Jay Bolt just ran out of room there. Got battery players getting forward on the other side. Difficult in those moments to get your head up to find those options.
Mueller there just with enough pressure. And Anunga will find Van Schaik on this near side. He's got Metzger on his tail. Looks back to Thomas. Kasona there just with the pressure. And Anunga will play back to Mueller. Again, Legar just dropping deep into the midfield to try and help out the defense. He's there again with the press. And just won the home side of throw-in.
And the batteries seem calm with the ball in their own defensive third, but as they approach the midline, they start to run out of options.
You can see just a few loose passes from both teams. Neither one of them has managed to get that much fluidity here in the first half. Anunga now looking forward, dispossessed. It's Metzger. Finds Rivera across the middle.
It's a handball there on Penn FC. It's a slip there in the midfield, allows Charleston to get on the ball. It looks like Candela running forward with it.
Out wide to Wild. Wild looking to cut in. He goes across the park. Finds Candela. Just loses his footing there, but is back up. Wild with the possession.
And it's so tight centrally there. Penn FC's done a good job of keeping their 3 center backs really close together. Their 2 holding center midfielders playing right in front of them, so it's difficult to combine in those areas.
We know Jared Van Schaik has a long throw, so keep your eye on the box. It's going to go short, though. It's Candela out on this left-hand side. Just manages to keep it in play.
It's a commentator's curse there, Poppy, right?
Just talking about that before the game. Finds Wild. Penn FC defending in numbers there. Lucky Kasona in the middle of the park. Goes out wide to Resend. He looks back to Resend, sorry. Now, this could be a problem. Jay Bolt there doing well just to win the challenge, and that will open up the field. And again, he's just running into defenders like you just said a second ago, Christian.
It just does such a great job defensively, 1v1 to win that challenge. Gets forward with the ball, but he runs out of options. Needs to be able to slow the ball down play into his midfielders, establish an attack from there.
Now the attack is on for the visitors. Mansoray dropping back into box. Looking out wide. Skylar Thomas with the clearance.
Thomas in the right place at the right time. Lucky Kasana trying to sneak in on the near post. And here it comes. You can see it. Penn FC whipping the ball across. Skylar Thomas first to the ball.
And again, 2 balls on the field, so that will just hold up the play for a second before we get back underway. It'll be Galval with the throw. Mansoray looks away, finds Anunga, pumps clear to Svansterson, holds it up for Guerra. Candela now plays it out wide to Wild. He's got Jared Van Schaik on this outside, but cuts across the park. It's Thomas on the back line. Anunga looking back to Thomas. You can see there, 2 minutes of added time. Christian with 2 minutes in the first half left to play. Here's Wild. We'll get back to that in a second. What were your thoughts on the first half performance?
Well, I think if I'm Raul Voss in Penn FC, I'm happy with the first 45 minutes. We've come in on the road into Charleston, and it's scoreless as we speak. And so they've kind of got a foothold on the game. If I'm Mike Anhauser with the Charleston Battery, I'm a little frustrated in my team's attacking performance. I think both teams have defended pretty well. As you see here, the Battery playing a ball into the corner.
Jay Bolt with the lofted ball across the box. There's no one there, but safety first from Franco, and that brings up a chance for the home side right on the stroke of half-time.
Yeah, Poppy, and when you see that you're having trouble creating chances through the run of play, these set pieces can be very important. So they want to bring the big man up, see if they can't get a good serve in, put one in the back of the net.
It's going to be an outswinger from this left-hand side. You saw Anunga there quickly looking for the short, but it's going to go long into the box. He's looking for the back post. Jared Van Schaik there, but Kasana bringing the visitors out. But can Atula Guerra get the possession at the top of the box? Pumped out by the visitors. Hawkins now. The home side desperate to keep it in their attacking half. That is going to bring up a throw-in for the visitors.
And this will give Penn FC a chance to sort of run out the time in the second half, or in the first half, excuse me, Poppy. So we head towards the break.
Galval with the throw, but that is the last play of the first half. You can see that Brian Anunga making his way off the field. Let's see if we can have a look at some first half highlights before we head out to break.
And here comes Wild smacking the ball in, but it looks like Penn FC's goalkeeper easily comes up with a save. Penn FC were dangerous on restarts. Is the Battery defending a corner kick away. Ian Svansterson was a handful up top, physically getting into the attack. You see Atula Guerra with one of the Battery's first chances.
Okay, we are going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we'll have some halftime segments for you coming up. Stay with us. It's 0-0 here at halftime. Welcome back to MUSC Health Stadium. It's 0-0 here at halftime. It's the Charleston Battery taking on Penn FC. Right now, we're going to hear from USL President Jake Edwards, but first, let's take a quick look around the league from Week 1. 2018 USL season is officially underway with Week 1 in the books. For the Charleston Battery, I'm Poppy Miller. Let's take a look around the league. The Charleston Battery took on FC Cincinnati on Saturday for the third consecutive USL home opener at MUSC Health Stadium. Despite the Battery getting double the amount of shots off, it was Cincinnati who took all 3 points and got their very first win against the Black and Yellow. Both goalkeepers Evan Newton and Additional Cooper are nominated for USL Save of the Week for their standout performances. The reigning USL champions Louisville City FC also got their first win of the 2018 season 2-0 on home turf against expansion side Nashville SC. Bethlehem Steel, Charlotte Independence, Tampa Bay Rowdies and Red Bulls too also picked up 3 points at the weekend, ranking them at the top of the Eastern Conference heading into Week 2. Thank you for joining us for Week 1 of a look around the league. For the Charleston Battery, I'm Poppy Miller.
Hi, we're being joined today by Jake Edwards, president of the USL. Just getting ready to kick off an exciting 2018 season. Jake, thank you very much for joining us today.
Great, my pleasure.
Looking at some of the players, we've had a number of internationals now that call the USL home. What does that mean to you and the rest of the folks at the league that we're seeing so many of these world-class players now apply their trade here with the USL?
It's important. It's a testament to the growth of the league, the exposure the league's getting around the world now, that players in a number of countries are now seeing the USL regularly, appreciating the quality of what's going on here, and want to make this the league they want to play in, whether that's Didier Drogba, Joe Cole, and players of that caliber and quality who have played at the very highest level. We've had a significant amount of players this season that have played in the Gold Cup, that have played in the World Cup qualifiers, that are playing full senior international, as well as a nice mix of some of the next best players coming out of this country, you know, players on the under-20 national teams. And it's an exciting mix on the field, and I think it just speaks to the commitment and the investment that the owners are making into their clubs, the quality of coaches we now have in our league, and their ability to recruit players from all around the world. And I think it's just the quality of the competition certainly attracting better and better players.
You touched on coaching a little bit with the number of call-ups that we've seen as well from the players here at the USL playing for their national teams. What does that speak to in terms of the quality of coaching that we've seen?
It's great, and it's an area of our league we take seriously, and we spend a lot of time on. We have a full-time department here that just works with our coaches. It is critical that we continue to attract better coaches all the time. We've got coaches now that have coached at the MLS, that have coached in League MX, that have coached in some of the top leagues around the world. What that brings is an understanding of what it takes to build a professional football club and how to instill a real football culture. Make no mistake, it's a large reason why we have so many top-class players coming in the league, and it's testament to the quality of coaches. Last year we had 2 coaches go on the new Federation Pro license. Now we've got 9 coaches on the Pro license this year, and more coming next year. So those coaches are doing tremendous work at the clubs, from the first team all the way down to the youth programs in the community.
Welcome back to MUSC Health Stadium. It's scoreless here at the half. The Charleston Battery are hosting Penn FC. Poppy Miller here with Christian Michener. Christian, while we have a second, let's take a look at some first half stats.
And here you go, guys. You take a look at the stats. Really even match. You can look at the shots. Not a lot going on in the attacking third for either team. Possession stats just about right at 50% each. Really, the story of the match has been the referee so far. 13 fouls in the first half between both teams, and the Battery have been the team on the offending side of that more often than not there, Poppy. So they'll want to clean that up in the second half.
And we mentioned just how big the referee had in the first storyline in the first half, just very stop-start. While we have a second, let's turn our attention to some exciting events that are coming up here at MUSC Health Stadium in the next couple of weeks. Kamani Marley and the Dub Plates are teaming up with the Charleston Battery to produce the Marley Cup, which will take place right here at MUSC Health Stadium on March 31st, which is next Saturday. For any more information and tickets, visit charlestonbattery.com. And some more exciting news for the Charleston Battery family. This time, though, for the women, the Charleston Fleet will be back here this summer. Christian, how exciting.
Very exciting. The Fleet's sophomore season, as you would say, had an amazing inaugural season, winning the Carolina division and making it all the way to the South Region Finals. The Fleet are very excited about having another doubleheader May 19th right here at MUSC Health Stadium against Asheville City Soccer Club, which is a new club in the WPSL.
And we've got some more exciting news with the youth soccer of Charleston Battery.
Charleston Battery Soccer Club and the Charleston Fleet have partnered to start a youth organization, which is fantastic. We've got a team at the Dallas Cup right now. We'll kick off in a couple of days, and the official club rollout will happen in May. So any kids that are interested in coming out and wearing the black and yellow of the Charleston Battery or the blue and green of the Charleston Fleet, be sure to come out to tryouts in May and sort of fly those colors.
And you can get any more information on tryouts and information on charlestonbattery.com, and then follow signs for the youth soccer. We're going to take a quick break now, but when we come back, we'll have second half action here from MUSC Health Stadium. It's the Charleston Battery taking on Penn FC. Welcome back to MUSC Health Stadium. It's scoreless here at halftime. The Charleston Battery are taking on Penn FC. Well, we are approaching second half kickoff, but while we have a second, let's take a look at some first half highlights.
And there weren't not a lot of highlights in the first half, Poppy, but here's one. As the ball gets whipped in from the left-hand side, Battery had to defend a couple of corner kicks, but it's Jay Bolt rising above the rest to clear that one out. And Ian Svansterson had a physical battle in the first half. Maybe the Battery's best chance here with Legar flying in, but just can't connect on it. And it's just been a little bit like that. The final pass from the Charleston Battery just hasn't been crisp enough. A lot of fouls in the first half, Poppy. It's been a lot of stop-start along the way.
Well, we talked about that at halftime when we had a look at the stats. As far as possession goes, though, it was pretty even in the first half. Well, as you can see here, both teams are making their way out as we are almost at kickoff. And what do you think we need to see here from the home side in the second half?
I just think the Charleston Battery need to play with a little bit more urgency. They get comfortable with the ball in the back, and then they're going to want to try and exploit those spaces in behind that back three, but they're going to have to play that ball quicker. They're also going to need to get players a little bit more forward into the attack. And for Penn FC, I think it's a little bit more of the same. They've settled in, they've done pretty well, and they'll look to stretch out the Charleston Battery midfield with their wide players. That five-man midfield is so difficult to deal with. Battery will have their hands full in the second half to make sure they can cover those spaces.
And you can see there on your screens, head coach of the Charleston Battery, Mike Anhauser, talking to assistant coach Dusty Hudock. This is Mike Anhauser's 26th season in the league. Joined the Battery as a player in 1994 and played 6 seasons with them as a midfielder before transitioning into a coaching role in 1999. Well, you have to give credit to the visitors as well. They're not playing like a team with 10 new players and only 1 returner.
Yeah, I think Penn FC's done pretty well. They weathered the storm in the first 15 to 20 minutes, and as the half wore on, they grew in their sort of stature and were able to create some dangerous chances, most of those off restarts and free kicks, as you could see from the stats. And we'll see if they've got what it takes in the second half to go toe-to-toe with the Battery.
Well, it looks like it's going to be Svansterson to get us underway here. He's going to go straight back to Jay Bolt on this near side. And straight back into the attack, looking for Svansterson up front. Candela loses possession in the midfield. Metzger will bring us out. It's Franco on that far side, looking for MK Sauna, and now Bolt is going to find Anunga in the midfield.
Those two have connected well throughout the first part of the game, Bolt and Anunga. He's been very active in the midfield. Ta Anunga, they'll need to get him on the ball, facing forward.
And you could just see there, Mansoray and Hawkins just having a bit of a tussle. Brought up a free kick for the visitors. Galvano looks back. Jared Van Schaik now under the ball. Looking for a Legar, but dispossessed. And now Skylar Thomas will have to cover. The counter-attack is on. Just manages to make it back in time and goes all the way home with a Disnell Cooper. That wasn't the best of clearances, but Anunga picks it up in the midfield, looks for Guerra. Just a bit of lack of communication there.
And Poppy, I think it's just a little casual there from Legar in the midfield. A good chance for the Battery to break out. Couldn't take advantage of it.
Skylar Thomas now, safety first from him. Rivera just doing well there to put pressure on Thomas when Van Schaik was out of position. Rivera again. Looking to the top of the box, but forced to go back. It's Escoui, pumps forward. Metzger. Metzger's been a crucial link in the middle of the park for the visitors. Vincenzo now. Jay Bolt just finding space on this flank. Svansterson with the looping run on the outside, but he's going to go at it. And it's just brought down by Captain Calvano. And the referee is going to have a word with him. But again, Jay Bolt taking on.
And you see the replay, Jay Bolt running out of the back with the ball. He's done well to get forward. The Penn FC player has no chance, no choice but to pull him down. He's lucky to escape without a yellow card.
Candela and Gordon Wild now over the dead ball. It looks like it's going to be Wild with an in-swinging ball into the box. And keep your eye on Skylar Thomas and Taylor Mueller, the 2 centre-backs. They like to get up for these set pieces.
They're excellent targets, Poppy. If the delivery is there, they have a great chance to get on the end of it.
Wild over the dead ball. It's a good ball into the box at the far post, but no problems there for Pisa, who just comes out. Looks like he might have picked up a bit of a knock on the way. And Svansterson, of course, if you're joining us late, is on a yellow card, so he's going to have to be careful there.
He will. You want your forward and bigger players to go in and challenge the goalkeeper there. The referee's always going to side on the side of the goalkeeper in those instances. Piser's done very well to come out, get hold of that ball. He is not happy about the contact inside the box. You can't half blame him.
You can see Calvano there just having a word with the referee. It's going to be Piser to get us back underway. You can see there the visitors just trying to maintain the possession in their own half. Hawkins looks back as a long ball pumped. Mueller picks up the possession. So Legar now looking forward. Just loses the ball in the middle of the park there.
Once again, Poppy, Guerra gets into the right spaces, but I think he's a little casual on his approach to receive that ball.
This is going to bring up Metzger. It's a good ball forward to Galvao. Looks into the middle of the box. Just lost his footing there. Rivera and Jared Van Schaik finds Tar Brown and Unger in the middle of the park. Good defensive shape there. Legar finding Victor Mansoret out on this near side. Svansterson is in the box. It's at the back post. And Gordon Wild is just beaten to the ball. Jay Bolt picks it up on the outside of the box. It's a good chip into the middle, but heads away and no problems there for Penn FC. And Nunga now just dispossessed. The referee waves play on.
The Battery faithful will not be happy with that one. Poppy.
Resend just looking for the 1-2s across the middle of the park. Looks back to Estugui.
But it was better there from the Battery, Poppy, as they look to change the point of the attack. They got some players forward.
That's just a bit too much from Vincenzo Candela. Brought down Estocquio.
You see the replay. It's just a little chippy there from Candela. It's been that kind of affair tonight, though, Poppy. Both sides not afraid to dish it out.
Absolutely. It's been very stop-start in the first half, and we're seeing that early in the second half. Galvao. Blocked by Jay Bolt. Jay Bolt's coming into the lineup for the first time tonight. He's done quite well here on this outside back position.
Poppy, he has. I think the young man's done very well. He's certainly done well in his 1v1 defending situations.
Galvao, long ball into the box. Jared Van Schaik manages to gain possession. It's Gordon Wild now. Tries to turn, dispossessed at the top of the box. This is dangerous. Skylar Thomas just with the foot. Esquillo.
And Poppy, you can see that's what Penn FC wants to do. They want to get their wide midfielders higher into those spaces, see if they can serve that ball in. But the delivery just has to be a little sharper.
Just seeing there, both teams just struggling to get possession of the ball. Galvao gets us back underway. So Legar now chips up to himself, loses possession. Got to be careful there. Estocquio looks out wide. Gordon Wild with the chase. Looks back to Tribbett. Back to Estocquio. Pumps the ball forward. Resend with the ball into the box. No problem there for a Disnall Cooper, who will play the fast ball out to Jay Bolt. And just the pressure there from Metzger, keeping them in their own half.
And as was the tail in the first half, the Charleston Battery defenders coming out of the back with the ball, just running out of options, looking forward, not seeing good enough options to play to. The Battery attacking players are going to have to find those spaces a little bit earlier.
Galvao now going head-to-head with Mansoray. A Stockwio manages to bring it out. Calvano taking no chances at the back. Going to be a long ball forward from Paiser. Heads away from Anunga. Back and forth in the middle of the park there. Again, that'll be another free kick for the home side. Metzger just coming in a bit strong, but he's been all over the park in this second half.
Metzger has been everywhere for Penn FC this evening. He's done very well. You see Ta Anunga doing what he does best, stepping in those moments to win the ball, keep possession for the Battery. And of course, he was fouled, and so the Battery will take a free kick here. They'll sort it out.
And it's going to be Vincenzo Candela over the dead ball. The Battery pumping everybody forward. A Disnall Cooper way off his line. And for Penn FC, every man back behind the ball. It's a good ball. He's finding Taylor Mueller left on his own. A pump ball forward. Can Gordon Wild find the finishes? Sponsorson just can't get it over his foot. It's Guerra at the top of the box. It's congested in there. And pumped away by the visitors. Anunga manages to pick it up on the top of the box. And then back to Candela, who looks all the way home to Cooper. That's a long ball forward from Cooper, looking for Sponsorson. Atula Guerra is there as well. But goalkeeper to goalkeeper, and the attack really is on.
Incredible opportunity there for the Charleston Battery. A scrum in the box. Both teams scrapping to get a hold of it. And in the end, Penn FC able to get the ball away.
While picking up the loose ball. Candela now pumps forward, looking for Mansoray, but I think he just overcooked that one.
And it's just a wasted ball out of the midfield. You can see what the young man wants to try and do. Play that little diagonal ball, but the support wasn't there.
Stockwio brings the ball forward. He looks for Rivera. Pushed out wide. Jared Van Shakes there with the press. Metzger threads a fantastic ball through. The counter-attack is on for the visitors. And you can see there Candela doing well, but that has taken an awkward deflection, and that is going to be a corner kick for the visitors.
Another promising attack from Penn SC, disrupted there on the end line, but a dangerous set piece here for Penn FC. They'll want to get their big guys forward and see if they can nick one here.
And that's going to bring up Galvao to take the corner on the far side. Atula Guerra and Ian Sponsorson back in the box to help defend. It's going to be an in-swinger. Played right onto the penalty box. A great delivery. Looks like there was just a bit of collision in there between M. Kasona and Jay Bolt, and that will be a free kick for the home side. While we have a second, let me remind you the Battery will face Red Bulls 2 next Saturday at Red Bull Arena for the first of 4 games on the road. The match is scheduled for a 1 o'clock kickoff, and you can get your tickets right now at NewYorkRedBulls.com. Penn FC will also be on the road next Saturday to take on Pittsburgh Riverhounds before returning home for the very first time on April 21st to host the Charleston Battery at F&B Field. Kickoff is at 7 p.m. For tickets, head to pennfc.com. Let's have a look and see if we can look at that replay.
Take a look at it. It's a great in-swinging ball. Jay Bolt, more courage than the rest, able to throw his body at that one. Clear the ball to safety.
Just giving everyone else a chance to get some fluid on board. For Penn FC, even though it's not that hot, still very hot compared to what they're used to.
Absolutely, Poppy. It's a different experience. They're on the road, first match of the season, playing on a grass field. It's certainly warmer down here in Charleston than it is there. Although maybe they'll count their lucky stars they're not here in August.
Absolutely. It's only going to get hotter and hotter, but perfect footballing conditions here tonight. Well, it looks like M. Kasona is up and okay. And that will give Disnall Cooper the chance to get us back underway here in Charleston.
And you hope he's able to step back onto the pitch pretty quickly. He's been a lively and active forward for Penn FC this evening. They'll want him back in the match as soon as they can, and it looks like he'll probably step on right away.
He really has been the target forward up top tonight. Here comes the Disnell Cooper. It's going to be a long ball forward out the back. Looking for Wild up front. Manages to get heads on. Tribbett brings us out. Played in the middle to Esqui. Renzen just losing his footing there. It's a slick surface here at MUSC Health Stadium. Bolt will get us back underway.
Poppy, you've seen that quite a bit from the players this evening on both sides, mainly from the Penn FC players. It is a slick surface. There's a little bit of evening dew on the ground. I don't know if they took a look at their boots in the changing room at halftime, but
we definitely have seen it from both sides. Anunga in the middle now. And it's Wild. He just manages to get the shot off in the box. It's going to be offside, though. But what a chance that was for the home side. Let's see if we can have another look at that.
It's a fantastic opportunity for the Charleston Battery. As you take a look here, ball gets played in. He's just a step offside. He flashes it past the far post. A great effort from the young man. The Battery will need more of that going forward over the final 30 minutes of this contest.
Absolutely. The German native is on loan from Atlanta United and has really settled into the team well over the course of pre-season. Only 22 as well, so still very young. Yeah,
and he plays a little bit more mature than his years would allow. He's done well tonight. They got to find his feet a little bit more and see if he can't create from that left side.
Pizer gets us back underway. It's Skylar Thomas who heads clear. Galvao. Back to Hawkins. Anunga with the press. Galvao on this near side. And the Battery defensive shape just does well there.
Yeah, they did well to hold their shape. I think Penn FC players will be frustrated they weren't able to change the point there as they had players on the opposite side with space to play in.
And again, a big ball out of the back from a Disnell Cooper. Svanson can't get there, but Jared Van Schaik will bring it up. And it's Gordon Wild on the far side. Dispossessed at the back. Calvano to get it out of their own half.
Neither team playing with a lot of rhythm in the second half. It's stop-start. It's win the ball and attack where we've won it from. It's just not a lot of rhythm to the match in the second half.
You're absolutely right. We just haven't really seen it get going for either team. Just the chances coming out of nowhere. Van Schaik now will get us back underway. It's going to be a long ball forward. Again, looking for Sponsorson, but haven't been that successful. It's Anunga at the top of the box, taken by Guerra. Just missed by Wild. And Sponsorson pressuring for it at the box. That's a great challenge there from Candela. Wild will give chase.
It's a timely tackle there from Candela to keep the ball in the attacking half for the Battery. Let's see if they can create something off of this deep throw in.
It's Anunga now. Looks back to Mansoray. Atula Guerra manages to find it at the top of the box. It's a fantastic ball in, and he just manages to beat Pizer. What a goal for the home side.
An absolute cracker, Poppy. Atula Guerra, calm and composed in the box, able to turn and bend that ball into the back post with his left foot. Fantastic finish from the young man.
Well, Atula Guerra, so composed in the box, just manages to take a touch around the defender, and what a brilliantly placed ball.
He'll be proud of that one. He'll want to look on the big screen to see the highlight of that. And as we take a look at the replay, you can see how calm and composed he is when he gets that ball, fakes the first time shot. Here he is again, bends the ball back into the back post with his left foot, and it's a fantastic finish, puts the Battery up 1-0.
Absolutely superb from Legar now. And will this change the momentum for the Battery? I was talking to Mike Anhauser earlier this week. He said once they get the first goal, it just gives them a new lease of confidence. And then he wants to see them get 2 or 3, but really bring the confidence up in the team. But now Penn FC have got the work cut out for them.
That's right, and you hope that that goal sort of unshackles the Battery players to go on and score 3 or 4 more. But you can see here now Penn FC is not going to roll over. They've won a pretty dangerous free kick here deep. We'll see what the surface looks like. The Battery will have to be heads on straight. I always say the first 2 to 3 minutes after a goal, you could be vulnerable to giving up one. You have to be focused on this one.
Looks like it's going to be Galvao over the dead ball. And Oliveira will bring the Battery back behind the line. The Battery, of course, bringing everyone back behind the ball. And this is a fantastic chance for the visitors. It's ball played into the box. No worries there for a Disnall Cooper. Just shielded back by Jay Bolt there. But not a bad delivery.
Great delivery. In-swinger, left-footed. It's one of those balls that if everybody misses it, could find its way into the back post. Coop was focused and locked and loaded and was not going to let that one sneak by.
Anunga now in the middle of the park. Looks back to Bolt. Bolt pumps forward to Guerra. Just dispossessed. And that is going to be a yellow card for Tar Brian Anunga. Just left his boot there on Estoquio. See if we can have another look at that challenge. It's going to be Calvano over the dead ball to get us back underway.
And here we are, Poppy, as you can see. Anunga flying in on that challenge. I think it might have been a little bit of payback as Legar was manhandled moments before and the play went on.
Calvano spraying it around the back line. Looks across to Tribbett. Back again, and it comes out wide to Hawkins. And Penn FC just gathering the possession and momentum there. Building from the back. Dispossessed. But Tribbett manages to pick it back up. Galvao. Looks for Hawkins. There's a bit of life from the visitors here. Thomas with the clearance. Legar just trying to get a foot in. Galvao. It's Mansoray. Picks it up. Svansterson looking for options. He's got Jay Bolt. And Calvano just stepping in there, getting the possession back. And that's an awkward clearance from Bolt, but gives the chance for the Batteries to get back and regroup. Looks like we're going to see the first substitution of the game here. As you can see, Jorge Rivera coming out and Saleh Mohammed coming into the game.
And as Penn FC knocks the ball around and finds that wide player, it's that communication between the outside back and the Battery's outside midfielder that has to be spot on. Who's picking up that wide player? Who's going to pressure the ball?
So Legar in acres of space manages to find Mansoray. Mansoray now beats the defender. He's looking for Anunga in the box. It's a good ball in. Back to Svansterson. Just doesn't quite connect that last pass. That will be a throw-in for the home side and a good spark of play there.
And the Battery's confidence is growing in the attacking third. I think that goal has sparked them. It's well defended there in the end by Penn FC. The Battery here with another deep throw-in.
It's Anunga looking back for Bolt. Penn FC with the press. He finds Guerra. Estoquio there with the challenge. You can see there's a bit of shirt pulling there. The referee waves play on, but that is going to bring up a free kick for the home side, for the visitors, sorry.
It's been a physical encounter tonight, Poppy. Both teams not willing to give an inch. Here comes a replay as we take a look. Legar on the pressure. just clatters into him there. Not in a dangerous position, but we go the other way.
Now you can see the captain, Taylor Mueller and Emke Sorna, just having a bit of a tussle there. That'll be a free kick.
And Poppy, the referee's going to have to get a handle on this, so this could get out of control here over the next 25 minutes.
You can see there again, just going back and forth. It's Svanstesen at the top, heads away. Anunga finds it just past the half line. Back to Mueller. Looks forward for Svanstesen. It's a good ball forward. He beats the back line. And can he keep it in bounds? Yes, he can. It's a great ball to the back post, but nobody there in a white shirt. And Penn FC will carry away.
You can see Gordon Wild had just come in from that wide position on the left-hand side. The ball flying over the top of him. Jared Van Schaik was not able to get forward into the attack quickly enough.
It was a good cover from Franco Metzger now with the pressure.
This is where you want to see the battery play with a little bit of temperature here. They got 1-0 lead, 20-some-odd minutes left to play. But again, they pump the ball forward, searching for number 2.
And it's Anunga now. Manages to keep the ball in bounds. And that is going to be a free kick for the home side. A bit of a sloppy challenge there from Calvano.
It was, and he'll be booked for this, and he should be. He flew in on that challenge. And I think Anunga's lucky to get out of that one unscathed, frankly, Poppy. The battery in a good position here. They'll try and get another one.
And we know Gordon Wild can be deadly over this dead ball. It's going to be an in-swinger. So keep your eye on Ian Svanstesen and Atula Guerra there, just having words with each other. You see the referee just breaking it up. It's been a very physical game.
It has. The players will limp home after tonight's game. They'll all want to jump in an ice bath.
It's a good ball into the back post. Punched away by Peisner. Svanstesen picking it up at the top of the box. That's got to be a free kick. And it is. You just can't do that in the defensive position there. And
it was a fantastic ball whipped in from Gordon Wild. Svanstesen has done well to hold up that ball. As we take a look at that, yep, he's held there. And a battery in another position here to see if they can get one.
Well, it looks like it's going to be Atula Guerra and Gordon Wild over the dead ball, so Paiser won't know which direction it's coming in from.
It's always difficult for a goalkeeper when 2 players stand over the ball, a right footer and a left footer.
It looks like it's going to be Atula Guerra with the strike, but deflected from the wall. He regains the possession. But now Penn FC will have chance to get this out of their own half. See Wild there with the challenge. Skylar Thomas tracking back to the back line. And Metzger will just shield that out of place. It'll be a throw in for Penn FC and also bring up the first substitution for the Charleston Battery. Coming in, Patrick Okonkwo will be replacing Ian Svanstesen. And Ian been a target man up front tonight. Just hasn't been his night tonight.
It hasn't. The battery have lumped the ball forward to him. He's kind of been a man on an island for most of the evening. We didn't get enough bodies around him to look to combine. We'll see if Okonkwo can come in and give us another dimension. Different type of player. Let's see if he can change it. He's already on the ball.
Okonkwo, another Atlanta United loanee. Played a couple of games with the Battery last season. And another target man up front and will bring some fresh legs to the side.
Absolutely, and that is somebody that we think can stretch the back line. Again, another physical challenge. Different type of forward for the Battery now. Penn FC's back 3 have done well. They'll have another type of forward to deal with here for the next 15 to 20 minutes.
And Nunga just struggling there. It was 2-on-1. J-Bolt steps in to help. Bobby Mueller goes home to Disnell Cooper. And Cooper now just taking chance for the Battery to have a breather and regain shape. It'll be a long ball forward looking for Victor Mansoret. Galvao almost wins the challenge. Mueller now at the back.
A chance for the Battery to hold on for the ball a little bit. Penn FC's got to come out of their shape, pressure a little bit, try and nick that ball up high.
You see there Patrick Okonkwo challenging from the ball. Looked like a 50-50 from up here. We'll see if we can have a replay of that, but for now, Calvano will get us back underway.
And here you see Okonkwo challenging for that ball, straight into the match. Foul right away.
Kasona looking out wide there, but it'll be a throw-in for the Battery. J Bolt looks forward. And it's Victor Mansoret. The referee didn't like what he saw there, and that is going to bring up a free kick this time. And the Battery, you can see, under no rush to get the ball back underway. It's going to be a long ball forward, heads away by Calvano, picked up in the midfield.
And the Battery have just given the ball away too many times, unforced, this evening. And with a 1-0 lead, 17 minutes left, you're going to want to hold on to the ball a little bit more and force Penn FC to come out of their shape.
We can see here the second substitution for Penn FC. It's going to be Galvao that makes way. He's had a great game tonight.
Yeah, Galvao has really made an impact. He's certainly swung in some in-swinging free kicks, made some dangerous set pieces.
Going to be Mansoret now in the middle of the park, trying to get the ball under control. Candela looks out wide to Van Schaik, who's got acres of space. It's going to be a long ball forward, looking for Patrick Okonkwo, but that will just run out of play and will bring up a throw-in for the visitors. Was Anunga there, just difficult to see from this angle, but it's going to be a free kick. And Kenny Tribbett.
We may reach 50 fouls in this one, Poppy, as the game has just been stop-start from moment one.
It's been so stop-start, difficult for either team to gain momentum. But here's a bit for the visitors. Mohammed looks out wide. It's a good ball into the box. Looking at the back post, Jay Bolt's got his work cut out, manages to get the clearance away.
And that's great stuff from Penn FC. A little combination play on the near side. They get it to a midfielder who can look to change the point of the attack. And that's where the space is. As the Battery have come across to sort of press that ball on the wing, Penn FC need to look to try and find the ball on the opposite side.
Legar now will bring the home side forward. Patrick Okonkwo, that just runs a bit too far for him.
Again, Poppy, I'm surprised at the number of unforced giveaways from the Battery. A little bit sloppy there in possession. They're going to need to clean that up over the final moments here.
It's going to be another long ball forward. Dispossessed again. It's Victor Mansoret. He'll pick the ball up, looks back to Taylor Mueller, spraying it around the back line. And for the Battery now, they'll just want to maintain the possession and finish out this game strong. Candela in the middle of the park. Pump clear by Mueller. And Nunga brings forward. It's a Legar. He's got options. He looks for Jared Van Schaik on the far flank. Cuts inside to Wild. He's Wild at the top of the box. You see he's just splitting decisions there. He's put a good ball into the box. Patrick Okonkwo's there, but no problem there for Pizer. And he looks to play it out the back line quickly. To the middle of the park. Back out wide. They're having a spell of possession.
And Poppy, the better attacking sets from both teams this evening have come off a little bit of patience. As you see a giveaway there, just forcing the ball forward. It's not needed in those moments. Battery are going to have to find a way to hold on to the ball, see the rest of this match out.
Pizer looks short. It's Hawkins. And Nunga and Mansoray both with the press. Back to Hawkins. Chip ball forward. That one will run out of bounds.
And it's not a great final ball there. But to play the ball centrally keeps the Battery defenders defending more centrally. Eventually they want to get that ball wide. But that first ball out wide can't happen. Looks like it could have been another foul there. The referee waves play on in terms of that.
Anunga gets away. Estoquio looks back. That's a good ball into the middle, but heads away by Taylor Mueller, and Brian Anunga will pick that up at the top of the box. Mansoray now on this near side. And you can see Legar just really dropping in deep to the midfield to help out defending. But that is a good ball through to Patrick Okonkwo, but that is offside.
And it's a close one, Poppy. We're going to have to take a look at the replay on that. It's a very tight angle as that ball gets played in.
Estoquio getting us back underway sharply. Gordon Wild now looking for Legar. Hawkins. Muhammad. MK Sauna looking out wide, and that is going to be a free kick for Penn FC. Let's have a quick look at that chance from Patrick Okonkwo.
Good, and we'll flash back to that ball that got played through. And you can see just a step. I think if he holds his run, just a split second, he might be onside. Real tight call there from the official. Now the Battery find themselves back, defending another set piece.
So, ball into the near box. Jared Van Schaik with the press. Candela now will get that one away. Hawkins looks to Tribbett. Tribbett making his way right into the middle of the park. He's left the back line. Estoquio looks for the long ball forward. J Bolt heads away. Mansoray comes in for backup.
And I think this is what you're going to see over the next 10 minutes, Poppy, is the Battery in a little bit more of a low block, trying to see if they can hit Penn FC out on the counter. Penn FC pushing the ball forward, seeing if they can't get some numbers into the attack, play forward quickly, and get some chances on frame.
Taylor Mueller gets us back underway here. We're approaching the last 10 minutes of the game, and it's been a brighter second half for the Battery.
It has been. The Battery have certainly created more going forward in the second half. I still think, and you have to remember, it's early season for both teams. They're still working out their kinks and working out what kind of team they're going to be in 2018. So you can't fault either team for their effort this evening.
Absolutely, especially for this being the first game of the regular season for Penn FC. That's going to bring up a free kick for the Battery. It's Legar over the dead ball. And looks like it's actually going to be Gordon Wild.
Yeah, and the referee's going to make him back it up. Gordon Wild trying to gain a couple of yards on this free kick. It was just a little handball that put him into this spot. Seems to be some sort of skirmish at the top of the 18.
You can see that all the players just taking a chance to have a word with the referee. And that just sums up the game. Even on a free kick, we're still being delayed to get the ball going again.
You're absolutely spot on, Poppy. It's just been that type of affair this evening. Neither team really able to find their legs going forward. But the amount of fouls and stoppages that we've had in this match I think we've probably only played 60 of the 82 minutes, to be honest with you.
It would be very interesting to see how many minutes exactly have been played. We're going to be back underway here. It's Gordon Wild over the dead ball. Slips on the delivery. Jay Bolt will pick it back up on the outskirts. And Wild with the one-time shot, looking for the cross, into the box. And now the counter-attack is on. Mohammed coming forward, finds Metzger. It's a chip ball out to M. Kasona. And it's a good ball into the box. Resend just can't get a touch on it. Skylar Thomas heads away. But M. Kasona with the shot. And that's just over the bar. And that'll be a goal kick for the home side. But a good spell there for the visitors.
A couple of great deliveries there from Penn FC. The ball squirts back to M. Kasona here, as you can see on the rebound. Smashes it over the bar. He'll want that one back. That's a player's dream, as that ball is bouncing back towards you there inside the 18. He'll want to have put that on target to give himself a legitimate chance of putting that in the net.
Heading into the last 6 or 7 minutes of the game now. Both coaches up off the sideline, giving direction to the team. Legar trying to get heads on there, but it'll go all the way back to Skylar Thomas. Forced to clear it, does well there to stay composed.
Yeah, and you see what sort of changes Raul Voss may make in the final moments of this match to try and get something on the road, or if he'll be happy with his side's performance. But 1-0 down, you're always looking for the equalizer.
Mansoray looks for Anunga. Jay Bolt on this near side, pumps forward. Hawkins looks like he's going to head away, but that was a bit of an awkward one. Finds its way back to Pizer, though. A quick ball out wide. Stockwio looks back to Hawkins. Out wide, and that one finds its way around Jay Bolt, but just as well to track back there and find Anunga in the center of the field. And now the chase is on for Patrick Okonkwo. He's onside. He's one-on-one with Pizer. Oh, he just looks for the second shot, and it's put wide. He'll be wishing he had that one back.
He certainly will, Poppy. It's a great ball in. He's onside, runs in behind, as you can see. A great save from Pizer, and then the rebound is smashed over the bar.
Now at the other end of the field, Mohammed looks for the ball into M. Kasona. Cooper fast off his line there. Just really shown his experience in this game.
He really has, Poppy. He's such a mainstay at the back for the Battery. You always like to have a goalkeeper you can look back and feel confident in, and you always know Coop can make the saves, and he has the flair for the dramatic. He can make a brilliant save as well.
Absolutely.
Hopefully he won't be called on to do that.
Nominated for USL Save of the Week last week against Cincinnati, as was Evan Newton, who won the vote. Fantastic game there. Now Taylor Mueller. Jay Bolt looks away. It's Patrick Okonkwo in the battle with Hawkins. And a Stockwio and a Legar there just going back and forth. And the Battery again in no rush to get this ball back in play.
Yeah, you can see the replay there as Legar flies in for that header, just gets undercut. And the Battery in the period of time here where they're trying to manage the clock, manage the game and see it out.
Going to be a long ball in from Candela. Looking for Gordon Wild on that far side, but Metzger will pick it up at the top of the box. Pressure by Jared Van Schaik. Looks back to Tribbett. Goes forward to M. Kasona, who just chips into the middle of the park.
And these are nervous moments if you're a Charleston Battery fan. You sit on a 1-0 lead. Haven't really held the ball that well. Created too many chances. Penn FC will start to play a little bit more direct now. See if they can't get a goal in the final moments.
And of course, the Charleston Battery will be trying to just do everything they can to maintain the possession. It's Taylor Mueller. Pumps ball clear. He's looking for Patrick Okonkwo, and you can just see there doing everything he can to get past Calvano, but that is going to be a free kick. Estocquio arguing, and that is going to be a straight red card for Patrick Okonkwo on the challenge with Thiago Calvano. And what do you think of that, Christian?
I'm really going to have to see the replay on this, but I sit here stunned that it's a foul, that it's a red card. It must have been an elbow to the jaw.
Well, you could see the argument was there straight away, and this is just history repeating itself. Last week it was Quinton Griffith in extra time with the straight red card. This week it's Patrick Okonkwo who is making his way off the field, and now the Charleston Battery will be down to 10 men in the last couple of minutes of this match.
And you can see as that ball's played in, he does get a piece of him. The assistant referee was right on it and had a word with the center ref to alert him to that. The Battery now are going to find themselves playing with 10 men.
Well, you could see Mike Anhauser giving out his orders to the back line. If you're Mike Anhauser, though, do you drop more players into the back?
I think you end up playing with possibly one up top. It looks like a Legar's gone there. You got to play with a low block, 2 lines of 4, and Penn FC now will start to dump that ball in quickly.
Estocquio bringing the ball forward, looks for the long ball. It's Calvano up top. And a Disnall Cooper again with the composed and sturdy save there.
And that's what you get from a goalkeeper like Cooper, Poppy. He's got such confidence coming out, holding that ball. Now if he can deliver a good ball forward, and he does.
It's Mansoret, heads on to Legar. Tribbett at the back, looks back to Pisa. Back again to Tribbett. Looking to play it out of the back and just really draw the Battery forward.
And the Battery will have to be very careful not to get out of shape.
Estocquio in the middle of the park with acres of space, brings the ball forward, looks out wide, switches the park. It's Renzend. It's a good ball forward, but M. Casona just couldn't get anything on that. And a Disnall Cooper again just giving his orders to get up top. Just outside of your screen there, an additional 4 minutes of extra time has been added on. And if you're the home side, you've just got to get through these 4 minutes with as much possession as you can and slow the game down.
Poppy, this 4 minutes will feel like an eternity for the Charleston Battery players who have battled for 90 minutes. They're down to 10 men, and they'll need to really work hard to earn the 3 points tonight.
Renzend looks into the middle. To Estocquio. Pumps the ball forward to Mohamed. Out wide to Metzger. Metzger dangerous at the top of the box. Looks for the ball through. Just misread there. And Jared Van Schaik has the possession.
Yeah, miscommunication there from the Penn FC attackers. But they'll want to restart this quickly. And there's the replay. It looks like his elbow catches him there. And Patrick Okonkwo with a straight red card.
Renzend looks back to Estocquio. Pumps the ball forward. Anunga there with the challenge. Gets caught in the middle with Candela. Penn getting the ball back in play quickly. It's Estocquio. Heads away by Candela. It's Tribbett at the back now. Looks out wide to Metzger. Metzger with the dink in. Skylar Thomas heads away.
And it's all hands on deck, Poppy, as that ball gets swung in. Skylar Thomas rises to meet it first. He's able to clear that ball.
And it looks like it's going to be the last set of fresh legs for Mike Anhauser. It's Angelo Kelly coming in for Legar, and you've got to give credit to Legar for tonight's performance.
Yeah, he's certainly scored a fantastic goal. He's run his socks off out there tonight. He's done very well. Should be proud that he's scored what looks like could be the game winner.
And Angelo Kelly makes his debut in the USL. A new signee for the Charleston Battery came through the combine and played in the PDL last year. Very energized midfielder, and those fresh legs could make all the difference. Puts in a challenge against Hawkins.
Well, it's a fantastic moment for Angelo. He'll have a couple minutes to run around out there and put pressure on the ball.
And a Disnell Cooper there just going to ground to shield the ball. It's been a great night for him tonight.
He's certainly done well. He's a rock at the back. You always feel confident when a Disnell's in the net.
Pump forward to Mansoray. Quickly gets back in position. Hawkins now looks across the field to Tribbett. Calvano's made his way up to the top of the field. Not often do you see a centre-back move to centre forward in the final stages of the game, but that tells you everything, that Raul Voss wants at least a couple of points out tonight.
That's right. Yeah, he sent everyone forward. We're under a minute now. We're just into the 94th minute of play, and they'll look to get on to the end of anything they can at this point.
Bolt looking for the long ball forward, but heads back by Hawkins. Skylar Thomas manages to get away. And Nunga with the press, and that will be a throw-in for Penn FC. Calvano now. Drops back to Hawkins. He sprays it around the field nicely. Calvano just shows his experience, but Anunga just chips clear. Pizer is ready for it, well off his line. Plays a short ball out to Hawkins. Well, you can hear the shout from the stadium for time, and that will be all from this game. The Charleston Battery have defeated Penn FC 1-0 and will take all 3 points from this match. You can see Mike Anhauser there just shaking hands. Christian, give us your final thoughts on the game.
Well, the Charleston Battery will be happy to come out of here with 3 points. Penn FC has come into Charleston and made a pretty good account of themselves in their first match in 2018.
They definitely did mesh well together given the circumstances. Let's take a quick look at the highlights to round off tonight.
The ball gets whipped in, and again, you see a Disnell Cooper, solid as ever. Atul Legar finds the back post with his left foot, and there's the finish. And that's the goal that wins it for the Charleston Battery.
Okay, well, that is going to be all from us on the behalf of myself, Christian, the entire broadcast team. Thank you for joining us. The final result, Charleston Battery 1, Penn FC 0. Have a great night.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League may not be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.